That really came to mind with what I was kind of wanted to talk about, which is something that happened a couple of days ago. You might remember it. So on our team, this is a bit about Peter now. I really love anime. It's a Japanese animation, and I love it. Now, not all of it, because some of it's a bit sketchy, but the bit I've been watching for a while, and I really, really love it. And so I've been telling my team all year, guys, you have to watch anime. And so we started watching one about volleyball, and Barnabas came in when we were halfway through the season, and Barnabas came up and I was like, Barnabas, we're going to watch this. And you came up to me and you're like, hey, I've never done this before. I don't think I'm comfortable with it. But what you said next is the most important bit, was you were convince me to watch it,
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, it's about volleyball, it's a lot of fun, there's these great characters, and then you were just like, okay, I'll give it a go. And then we watched it and we all really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But those words that you said were really important, which was Peter, I need you to convince me to watch it, because you could have very easily just sat down with us and been like, oh, I don't want to be here, and then you would have been in a bad mood, and everyone would have been like, oh, something's wrong. But you were you took responsibility, and you were you lent on me in that moment where I was like, I want to do this, and then you were like, okay, I'm happy that you want to do it. I'm not quite comfortable doing it, but convince me to do it. You didn't just give up. You didn't just be I'm just not gonna watch it, or I'll just I guess if he wants to watch it, I'll watch it. You're no, I'm not comfortable doing this, but you took responsibility, and you were just okay, teach me, not teach me, convince me how to do it. And that really comes into that Bible verse that you just said, which is man sharpens another man, as in, it's not just when we talk about brotherhood. If you want to listen back to the episode we did with Patrick, it will give you a good overview of brotherhood. But there's the next step is brotherhood isn't something I don't just enter into and then I'm just great, I'm just gonna sit here and let Barnabas sharpen me while I do nothing. It's as man sharpens another man. So it's a two-way thing. Do you have anything you want to add to that?
Something I really value, I've learned through brotherhood, is being honest, and it actually builds brotherhood. When you're honest with your brother, it actually builds brotherhood, and it is something I'm trying to practice as much as I can. So when he asked me to watch the anime, I'm not so much into anime, so I was I have to be honest with him where I'm at, so that I won't just go and sit with the team and kind of pretend to be enjoying. And being honest with you actually helped me to enter in and just to be happy with the team and enjoy actually the
did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it. I'm now kind of hooked because I like volleyball, and when I saw kind of just the whole anime is about volleyball, so I was like, wow, someone could learn volleyball from here. So
I learned volleyball from watching it.
What is it called again?
It's called Haiku, Haikyu with 2 exclamation marks.
Wow.
And so the first 2 episodes, the first 2 seasons are on Netflix for anyone who wants to watch it, and I would recommend it. It's it's very funny and all the rest of it, but it actually it actually teaches a lot about for us, for being on a team and working with others. Just before you came, we watched an episode where there was a guy who was the main spiker for the team, and he left the team because they played a match and he kept getting blocked, and he was like, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, I better leave. And then one of his teammates was really annoyed because he's the libero, which means he keeps the ball in play. And he was he's like, I will keep, I don't care how many times you get shut down. I'm going to keep giving you the ball. I don't care. I'm going to keep the ball in play. So I'm going to keep going. You don't keep going. And then the guy at the end of the episode learns the lesson that even though he does the final spike of the ball, he says something really important. He's I'm not fighting alone. And that's something, and that's the final line of the episode. And that's something that we all need to remember. And for us is albeit brotherhood, sisterhood, family life, whatever, or even just like prayer life.
Yeah.
Like when you enter into prayer, like it's like it can be that thought of, okay, I'm going in to pray by myself. You know, I'm going in to this situation I don't want to be in. Like Barnabas could have very well been like, oh, like I have to fight through this like thing I don't really know what to do alone. But like you remembered that it's like, I'm not fighting alone. You had me. And so you're like, and then I was able, like, and it's a very small example of like, you know, it's like just sitting down to watch an anime, but it still is very important that you did it. And it still is very important. So yeah, so that's the anime, and I would recommend it. And it did, like, funny story is like, you were like, someone could learn volleyball off it. I learned volleyball from watching it, and I love volleyball now because of it. But yeah, and so that's just like, and it really just comes back to that importance of, as iron sharpens iron, man sharpens another man.
Yeah.